Hello guys, this is my next video and I have read this book of It's Mayra and I have given my brothers and sisters, so my cousins, and this is an English book. You never noticed this one, so let me go and read the first story for you. So let's see which story will come first. So, today we will be reading about the magic of an egg. So, once upon a time, King Magadha ruled the kingdom of Rajgara. A grand marriage ceremony was held there between the son of the richest merchant of Rajgara and the daughter of Seth of Janabad had made arrangements for tasty food, luxurious and comfortable. Excuse me, sir. So and ornament for comfortable living quarters for the groom's party and many costly gifts and ornaments for the newlyweds. Everyone in the kingdom was very excited about the marriage. After the ceremony, the bride was taken to her in-law's house. In her in-law's house, she entered the kitchen to work. Her mother-in-law stopped her and said, "Oh no, dear, what are you doing? You are the newlywed bride. You need not work from night now." Thus the bride was taken care of with lots of love and was never allowed to work. Many months passed by in such a way. The bride saw some changes in her mother-in-law's behavior. One day, when she was sitting in the garden, her mother-in-law came there and said, "What are you doing here? You are a very lazy woman. Don't you see there is so much work to be done at home? Go and finish all the whole housework." The poor bride was nearly in tears, and she ran inside the house to tend the work. One day some guests had come for tea, and she heard a lady was saying, "Won't you introduce us to your beautiful daughter-in-law?" Let's see what's next. The mother-in-law replied, "Her beauty is but skin deep. She has not borne a hair to our family yet." What is the use of such a daughter-in-law? The bride's eyes were in tears, but she silently came, served the refreshments to the guest, and went to her room. So sad, very sad. When she was crying in her room, her maidservant asked why she was crying. The bride told her everything. At this, the maid suggested, "Don't worry, madam. If that is the case, you can pretend to carrying a baby. Then you'll regain the love as before." So the bride lied to her mother-in-law that she was pregnant. Hearing this, her mother-in-law became very happy and started taking care of her as before. She used to take care She used to fulfill all the needs of the bride and made delicious food for her to eat. A few months later, the bride went to her mother-in-law to get permission to visit her parents' house. She wanted to follow the custom of delivering the child in the parents' house. The permission was granted by her in-laws. The permission was granted by her in-laws. Next morning, the bride with her maid and an attendant left for Dinapad in a horse chariot. As they were traveling on, they saw a caravan and joined it because the attendant said, "Madam, we should travel with the caravan as it will be safe and we will have some company too." At night, the caravan and the bride's attendants decided to camp near a small forest. The attendant erected 2 tents. He slept in one and the bride and her maid slept in the other. In the morning when the bride got up, the people of the caravan had already left. When the bride was just about to leave with her attendant, she saw a baby boy lying under a rodha, banyan tree. She picked it up. They asked the bridemaid to adopt the attendant. Go back to master and tell him that now they have a grandson. Madam delivered a baby boy last night. She attendant rushed back to town on horseback. He returned soon from town and said, "Madam, the master has asked you to come back with the baby boy." "There is no need to go to your parents' house." Anyway, the bride was welcomed with great pomp and show. Then the baby boy was named Nigrudha Kumar by his mother, as the bride had found him under a Nigrudha banyan. But the secret was known only to the bride and her maid. As assistant informed the baby's father that the 2 baby boys had been born the same night in the city. A boy was born to a weaver and was named Potik, and a boy born in a merchant's house had been named Shakha. Soon the baby was brought to Nigrudha Kumar's house to give him company as he grew up. Years went by and the 3 children grew up. Now they were 12 years old. The parents decided to send them for further education to Varanasi. But the weaver said he could not afford the expenses. So Nigrudha's father paid for the weaver's son's studies. All the 3 boys were intelligent and studied well. Now after few years, they finished their studies and grew into smart and intelligent young men. They decided to move around to increase their knowledge. So they moved to Takshila and met many scholars.
Mayra, get ready.
Okay, now let me pause this, and after some time I can join this, and so you can wait for a second, okay?